Welcome, sixth graders. So today we're doing Unit 8, pages 6, 7, and 8. As you can see here, we're looking at graphing equations. So taking a look here, it says find the graph of the equation y equals x plus s, where s is 5. Okay, so this can be really confusing, but I'm going to try to help make it a little bit simpler for you. Pretty much here, whenever I look at this equation and a graph, what I want to do is I want to make a table. So there's kind of three things, right? We have an equation, we have a table, and we have a graph. Those are three ways to represent data. So the one way that we're missing here is our table, and the table can help us plug in numbers and get numbers out. Kind of we've been practicing that the previous couple lessons. So let's go ahead and throw together a little t-table. Okay, and so what I like to do is I like to say, okay, x and y. Okay, and the reason why I chose those is because I have a variable x and y. Now, we also have s, but we know what s is. S is 5. Okay, now some of you might wonder, why did I put x on the left and y on the right? Well, y is our output, okay? And our output value always goes on the right side of our table. It's our output. Our input goes in first, and then we get these numbers out. So it says equals y, so that means our output has to be on the right-hand side, okay? Now, right here, I look at the graph. I don't have any negative numbers, so I'm just going to start at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to use those for my input. 0, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully by then, I'll know my answer. So now what I'm going to do is, these are my input values. Now, where did I get those numbers? Quite simply, I just picked them off of the graph. So here's 0. X is 0. 1, 2, 3. I'm just grabbing them off the graph, okay? So, again, I'm trying to figure out which graph matches, right? So, I got to get the data from the graph to test it. And all these graphs all have 0, 1, 2, and 3 in them. Now, we know what S is. S is 5. We know what X is because we're just putting those values in. So now we just got to figure it out, right? We got to figure out what is the output value. So, if y equals x plus 5, so this is 5. So 0 plus 5 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 plus 5 is 8. So these are going to be my values. So I'm literally looking for 0, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8. Now, where am I getting those numbers from? Well, 0, this one right here, 0, 5. I'm literally getting that right here, 0, 5. 1, 6, right here. 2, 7, right here. 3, 8, right here. Okay, so those are my values. Now, I can see from this graph right here that this is not the right graph. Why? Because it says I should have a point at 0, 5. It's 0, 5 is right here. So I should have a point right here. And the next one should be 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8. So it should be right here, right where my arrow's going. But I don't have a line there. So it's not choice A. Now, I got to clear this to be able to move down my page. So we'll just remember that 0, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7. You guys can help me remember because you have it on your page still. So B is also not correct. I should have 0, 5. C, you see how this one's up at 0, 0, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8. I think C is our winner. The choice D here is 0, 5, but then it's 2, 6, and then it's 4, 7. So it's a little bit more spread out. So C is the choice that matches the data that we had up here. Okay, so C is our correct answer. All right. So again, you can review that. You can rewatch that part of the video a couple times if that doesn't make sense. What did we do? We made a table. We plugged in 0, 1, 2, and 3, and then we solved this part of the expression. Okay, 0 plus 5, 1 plus 5, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 5, and then we compared that with our graphs to find the right one. Okay, so take a look at question 2. For questions 2 and 3, use the table below. The table shows the number of hours Heather and her brother Matt babysit each week during the summer. So Heather does 1 hour and Matt does 8. Heather does 2, Matt does 9, and so on and so forth. So we got to find the rule. This number 2 says find a rule for the table and write an equation. So what are we doing to x? X plus, well, we can go ahead and write that in here. We're doing 1 plus 7, 2 plus 7, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 7, right? That's what we're doing. So what are we doing? G, adding 7. X plus 7 equals y. All right? So that's definitely what we're going to do there for number 2. Number 3, how many hours does Matt babysit in 1 week if Heather babysits 9? So we have this rule, right? We just said, well, plus 7. So Heather babysits 9. Well, what's 9 plus 7? That's going to give you your final answer, okay? So that's page 6 for us. Moving on to page 7, we're going to kind of continue this idea here. Notice they give us the space to actually do the work here. So number 1, we're literally just going to plug in this value into the equation, do our work, and then we're going to get our x and y ordered pair. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like for number 1. We're going to do 2 times 0 plus 2. We're going to do, okay, now 2 times 0 is 0 plus 2. That's going to equal 2. So here's our numbers. We get 0 and 2. Y is 2. Okay, so our answer then is 0, comma 2. And don't forget to put parentheses around it because that's how we write ordered pairs. And then we're just going to continue this pattern, right? We're going to do 2 times 1 plus 2. We're going to do 2 times 2 plus 2. 2 times 3 plus 2. 2 times 4 plus 2. Okay, and we're just going to keep working those out. So this one's going to be 4. This one's going to be 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so then we're just going to write 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, 8, 4, 10. Okay, and that's pretty much how we would do this. Now, they do have a graph over here, so they want us to go ahead and take the data off the table and put it on the graph. So we're going to go 0, 2. All right, we got to put a point right there. All right, so 0, 2. There's our point. 1, 4. 2, 6. Remember, the first number is your x. The second number is your y. All right, because it says right here x comma y. All right, and then we got 3, 8, 4, 10. All right, and then at this point, we're just going to go ahead and draw the line in. And don't forget to include your arrow because this table would actually continue. It keeps going forever, right? But so that's what the arrow signifies, is that it's just going to keep going and going. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clear that. Again, if this doesn't make sense, you feel free to watch this video as many times as you'd like. Number 2, I'm going to let you do that one. And then we do have the next page 8 for today planned out as well. It says the table at the right shows how many hours Chase and his older brother Brett to paint patio furniture, how long it takes them. Find a rule for the table and write the equation. So again, y, the right side, these are our output values, right? So what do we going to do here? Well, I can take 1 plus 5, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 5, 4 plus 5. So what are we doing to x? We're taking x and we're adding 5. So then our rule, right, would be y equals x plus 5. Okay, so that's how we come up with a rule in this situation. You're just looking for patterns. And then the question, of course, says, how many hours does Brett paint if Chase paints 6 hours? Again, Chase is x. So it's just 6 plus 5, and we would go ahead and say 11 hours. Okay? So that's, again, how we're going to do these pages. Take a look at them. Again, number 5 and 6, don't forget to make a table. Get your values, right? Up here, they gave us the tables. All right, so here you need to make your own table. Again, that's really easy to do. Just making a simple X, Y table. Really pretty simple. You just go ahead and do the X, Y table. Plug some numbers in. I personally always like to choose the points 0, 1, and 2 because 0 is super easy to plug in. It's also really easy to plug in a 1 and a 2, right? 0, multiplying by 0 is easy, multiplying by 1 is easy, and like doubling a number is usually pretty easy. So those are the numbers that I like to throw into my table right off the bat. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions via email. Thank you.